Welcome back to Let's Play E7. Here we are in the Flame Sanctum, and we are going to travel to the depths to meet up with, well, the Flame Dragon, whose name escapes me, as those names usually do. That's gonna be the running gag for this Let's Play, I'm forgetting names. Anyways, within the Flame Sanctum, we've got these guys who are weak to Pierce types attacks, so Sigrun can take them out. Do have quite a few levels to gain by the end of the boss. Going by my notes, I completed this area at level 40. I think I fought a lot more crabs in my personal playthrough, so that's how I got that high, but we should be able to get that pretty easily, and I'm saying that like I haven't already pre-made a save file where I've done all the prep work that was needed. You'll notice that I have not bothered to set up Mustafa's skill sets. Honestly, all of the skills that Mustafa have, aside from his absolute biggest damaging ones, are pretty bad. So I'm mostly going to stick to having him do Ignis Blaze. I'm just killing these enemies for the sake of getting them into the bestiary. We're going to be avoiding most of them, particularly these flame-spewing stoneheads, because they are just ridiculously durable and take forever to kill, and it would be very boring to watch me alternate between Ignis Blaze and charge attacks to take them out. These guys are very nasty, these flying salamander guys. Their fire breath comes out very suddenly, and it inflicts you with the burn status ailment. Burn is another DOT status effect. I think we've seen it a couple times, but just to go over what it does again, it rapidly cuts down your HP, but it wears off much faster than poison. Still, I'd say it's a much more threatening ailment than poison, just because the damage tick is quite significant, and it's pretty easy to take a ton of hits while you're under burn, so that can burn through your HP pretty quickly. We're just taking this guy out because he is blocking us from actually opening the chest. If you are not fighting those guys, it's probably a bad idea to be playing as Mustafa for the most part in this dungeon, because he is quite slow. Oh, geez. Yeah, there are spikes within the lava, very nasty, very easy to bump into them as you're going around that corner, which I did quite a bit off-screen when I was doing my prep work for this area. Before we head down this right path, we want to take a left here. Going along this way, there will be a treasure awaiting us at the end. Watch out for the spikes here. It is so easy to just dodge roll into the spikes. And yes, from these ore deposits we can get firestones. They're technically rare, it seems, but they still come out pretty frequently. Like the previous dungeon, hey, we got the flame ring. This allows us to inflict burn ourselves. Not worth it. Like the previous sanctum, there's going to be one water gathering point that we can hit. Yeah, I really dislike the spikes. It's so easy to bump into them. And unfortunately, because these are on fire, we cannot equip the diamond boots to avoid them. Oh, jeez, there goes all my HP. What the heck? It is so easy to kill yourself on these. Luckily, your AI allies, if you probably notice, they're brushing up against them, they are immune to damage from the spikes. They probably quickly realize that your AI companions would kill themselves in no small time if they were not immune to the spikes. Oh, yeah. This area very heavily punishes just dodging forward rapidly. Now, a couple things to point out. Never mind. We can get more fossilized twigs from those wood gathering points. I'm not going to make a point to try and stop at everything, because obviously I've already gathered everything off screen. We're just going through here for the sake of showing off the entire dungeon. Yes, yeah, here we can get fossilized twigs and dry wood. Important thing to note about the wood-type materials is that for the equipment you can synthesize every time you reach a new sanctum with the equipment you can make with the stones that you get, you will need usually the materials that you can find within the original shrine or the area proper, like Seagram Desert, to actually synthesize a lot of things. So the stuff that we get from Shinoa or the Earth Sanctum, we would need saplings to synthesize. Here we would need stuff like dry wood to synthesize. I forget if we need stuff like the sandstones. Hot sandstones. Here we get a power is 3, very nice, a whopping 50 attack power. Definitely a worthwhile accessory to equip if you want to bolster your damage output, particularly for low damage characters like Elk and Sigrun. For characters who already have good damage like Adol and Mustafa, the Crimson Jewel is much preferred since it allows them to use their strongest skills more frequently. Particularly for Mustafa, by the end of this dungeon, Mustafa will get a lot of mileage out of the Crimson Jewel. Heading over this way, we make it into the second area. Now we've got these, I guess these like flame geysers. Maybe they're like steam vents or something. Steam vents on a Steam game. that was barely a pun, I apologize. And let's just take these guys out. The fruit deposits here, and there are some leaf deposits also, will have Ambuna fruits and Striga seeds. Ambuna seeds were the ones that we were lacking to make the final compound. I didn't have enough of those for them to appear in the list. And I've already confirmed after collecting a few of them that yes, these were the seeds that I needed to get the next compound to appear in the list. So we'll just grab a couple of those and avoid these things with. As if we did not have enough damage hazards to kill ourselves on in this dungeon. Like before, we want to take a left. Well, not like before, actually, yes, like before. I'm losing track of myself, something fierce. We get 25,000 gold from that chest there. Very nice nest egg. In this chest, we get Varl Incense. This is the ultimate incense item, restoring a 1,000 HP to our entire party. These cannot be purchased, they can only be synthesized, and that is the trend for the ultimate healing item of every variety, single target, revival, and incense. We need to actually synthesize those, they cannot just be purchased. Fortunately, the items for them will be commonly found in the final areas, so it's not too hard to be able to synthesize them. Now, I have Sigrun equipped with the Training Ring 2 right now, just to get Aqua Burst as much experience as possible. Like I said, it's one of 2 skills that I consider worth it to get to level 10, so I want to get that as much. This right here is the Spiritual Water Deposit. Off-screen, I've already gotten 20 Spiritual Waters, which will allow us to synthesize 1 compound. As well, I want to have that to complete a quest later on. In fact, it is necessary for the Guardian Shrine quest that we took from Carol Xander back in Shinoa. We need at least 5 spiritual waters, and any more than that is just for synthesizing more compounds. We need 50 altogether to synthesize all those, I think. I forget if one of them only requires another water type. Now, in this blue chest right here, we get the Angue-Barl. This teaches Mustafa his tier 4 skill, and that's what we're going to put on his Y skill button, Dragon Blaze. This is easily the best thing Mustafa can do. Remember how much damage we were doing to those stone heads earlier? Let's just hit it with Dragon Blade, see how much that does in comparison. And that almost killed it outright. A couple more levels, and I've already confirmed this. A couple more levels for Mustafa, and actually leveling up the skill itself. That will make it an outright kill. Oh, I get it. The skill that he had on his B set was not actually mastered yet. It was mastered off-screen, though, so he'll have that. One thing to note about Mustafa, at this point, one of the weapons he can buy... Also, I just wanted to point this out. Over here, we've got these little sand pits here. Walk into them, drops you down to the floor below. There is nothing down here. There's a couple of water deposits, but they do not give you spiritual water. The one on the right gives you fragrant water, the one on the left gives you tainted water. I guess if you need those materials anymore. You really don't need those materials after you complete the Water Spell Fago quest. Now, going into this next area, we want to be playing as Adol, and I'm just going to equip the diamond boots, because they might be more useful depending on how this goes. Stepping into here, get a brief cutscene. It's like... yeah, we're trapped. What's going on? I don't like the sound of that. And this giant slime creature arises from the lava in the center. Right? Is it magma or lava? I can't tell if it's like technically inside the earth. Nah, whatever, same difference. And yes, this is a not really mini-boss fight, this is more of a escape challenge. If the lava is rising and if it gets too high, that slime will actually chomp your characters. It's one of the very few ways that your party members can be killed if you're not controlling them. Like those, what was it? Grapple attacks from things like the Fly boss in Shinoa or the Ancient Tree, and the Octopus in the Sea Sanctum, or not Sea Sanctum, but at the Ruins Island. But yeah, if you are going too slow, you will get eaten. Oh jeez, I'm getting hung up on these rocks. You want the diamond boots equipped because there are a lot of spikes along this path, and it is very easy to blunder into them and get hurt. Here, once we're past those, we want to equip this, drop down, Oh, I missed it. That chest has the ultimate revival item. It is the Mound Extract. I was able to get it off screen, so I can just show you what it looks like once we reload my pre-made file. Here we get a Sapphire. This is a special accessory that converts damage received into SP. I don't really like it, but I suppose it can't hurt to equip on your party members, since they are quite good at taking damage. Yeah, usually I don't have the diamond boots equipped, but I was just taking so much damage from spikes, I decided it would be a smarter idea to have them. And in here we feel a familiar presence. Let's load up our pre-made file, ready to fight the boss. Right here, we are at level 39 for Mustafa, level 40 for everybody else. For equipment, I've got the best equipment available from Seagram. I synthesized a Talwar for Adol, a Senapale for Sigrun. I bought the best armor possible. One thing to note about Sigrun is that she equips light armor, and I'm pretty sure Aisha equips robe-type armor instead. So that's a kind of a weird distinction between the two of them. One of the only differences that I can think of offhand. Of course, I could be completely wrong here, so I am often misquoting things. Anyways, she's got the Power Risk 3 just to contribute a little extra damage. Mustafa, the most critical, is having the Crimson Jewel. Adol will have the Sapphire, just in case that generates some extra SP for us. Dragon Blaze is at level 3, it should give it a nice little damage boost there, and that's all that there is to really say. Angue-Barl is the best weapon Mustafa can have at this point, so it just makes sense to have that on him. Heading into here, we step on this little platform, and much like the Sanctum in the Ancient Tree at the Earth Altar, it warps us forward into the dungeon. Now, if you have basic pattern recognition, you can probably figure what's about to happen. Well, thank you. So without this, there wouldn't be any fire. And this is Anguibarl, the Dragon of Fire. Or Flame, I suppose. Flame seems to be the terminology they're using. The Dragon of Flame. But he will appear before us as soon as we ask about the Wind of Destruction. Adol green texts Adam to get information. But what is the power? Hey, another quadrupedal dragon. But yes, this is Anguibarl. He is on all fours, ready to charge at us. And this is a fight where the hits come fast and heavy. I might screw this up a little bit, but hopefully I can do this well. This guy has a lot of annoying attacks, and I'm going to be playing as Mustafa. Mustafa is very bad at defensive play, due to all his slow animations. Looks like Mustafa is eager to prove his worth to the dragon. But yes, Anguibarl, let's fight him. So he can swipe at us. There we go. Now, each of his claws represents a point you can hit. And as you can see right there, we can hit the claws for multiple instances of damage. And what we want to do is try and flash guard things as best we can, hit him with Dragon Blaze. And I got swiped there. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, like I said, the hits come fast and heavy here, so be very careful. That claw swipe he does shoots out fire orbs. If you get hit after guarding it, odds are you got tagged by the orb. But here, that's a very perfect positioning. We can hit both his claws with a crit-boosted Dragon Blaze and do tons of damage. And hopefully go for it again. Unlike the previous boss, Anguibarl can actually be stunned, so Dogi could actually contribute some stuff here, but I like Sigrun just to improve the odds that we get another... Oh, he's doing this. Do the odds that we get another extra skill in. When he starts slamming the ground like that and the lava pools around start to drain, he does the attack. You need to go into the emptied out lava pools to dodge it, or you will take a ton of damage. Okay. Doing pretty good here so far. Ooh, taking a lot of damage, though. Once again, topped off my extract so we can have as much healing as possible. Whoa. Sometimes he can hit the ground and stun you like that. It's very easy to lose track of that. I know I have troubles keeping track of it. There we go. Nice. More double hits here. Oh, and he can charge at you like this. I'll tell you this much, Mustafa has a very hard time actually dodging that because his dodges are so slow, and it's very difficult to flash guard, I found. I wasn't able to do it at all, and I tried several times. Now, once we get him down to around 30,000 HP like so, his talons light up like that. I'm not sure if that actually does anything, truth be told. Yeah, he was standing right over the empty pool there, so we could actually whack his talons like that. Looks like Adol is out of HP, so let's use the Varl Incense to top off the entire party. Oof. I almost let myself get hit by those orbs there. One other thing he can do is shoot out orbs. By the way, that tail swipe attack he's doing, it makes little flame mines in the ground that can cause some pretty nasty damage if you let yourself get caught running into them. Nice! Oh man, that's amazing. Oh, he might be toast here. Oh yeah, we got him, Alright, that was much better than my practice runs. Clearly I actually learned how to fight this guy. This fight was also much less annoying than the previous one. I hate the fights in this game where you have to go through additional processes to actually damage the boss. The boss in the Ancient Tree was also like that. And for showing him the business, he lends us the power of flame. So, do we get another fancy stone for our efforts? Why, yes indeedy. Well, we feel empowered, but we don't really know much more than we did when we first got here. And, like Elk did in the previous Sanctum, Mustafa gets an upgrade to his extra skill. His skill becomes Catastrophe. It's actually a fairly powerful one. Much like Dogi's, it's just one really big, powerful hit, and it tends to outdamage the multi-hit ones. Certainly outdamages ones like Mishira's. So, looks like, once again, we don't really get much information about what the Wind of Destruction is or how to prevent it, but he does say that we will need the power of the dragons. Yeah. Now the question is, how do we use it? Simple enough, but again, we don't really have much of a lead on what we should actually do with these things. Well, of course, this is a pressing matter, but we do have a little downtime. Let's go back to Seagram. We can't just leave Krushi hanging. Of course, Mustafa, of course. Yeah. She did not look like she was doing particularly well. Strangely, the game doesn't just take you back there automatically. We do actually have to warp. Alright, let's go see her. Hopefully her condition hasn't gotten even worse since we were away. And in case you forgot, Mustafa's house over here. Uh-oh. And unfortunately, things have taken a turn for the worse. And, in light of Krushi's passing, Flame Dragonstone seems to be reacting to her body. Are you saying that the stone could actually bring her back from the dead? Granted, I don't know if she's specifically dead right now. Oh, okay, yes, that's a confirmation right there. Well, I don't think Adol's gonna leave somebody hanging if he can save them. Hey, we don't know for sure if the power will be exhausted. And with the Dragonstone bestowed to Krushi, Stone seemed to have fused with her at the end there. Yeah. Well, we still have to gather all the other stones. Yeah. Hey, what's that sound? Krushi, you got an outfit change. The Dragonstone cured her fever outright. Ah, so the stone, as long as she has it, she can operate basically as if she doesn't have the fever ever. I guess it's not a formal cure. That is something worth pursuing, though. It looks like the power of the stones can halt Iskin fever. If only we could apply that power to the entire nation. Wait, what? Say what? Yeah, this is quite the development here. She has a point. Wait, replace? She has a valid point. Mustafa is easily the best warrior they have. I guess that works, but eesh, this is quite the development. Wasn't expecting this to happen. Hey, no problem with me. And we get the final party member of the game. Well, she does have dragon power on her side, at least. Yeah, let's get to it. And with that, Krushi formally joins us, and of course, you can probably guess this, but Krushi is just Mustafa, since she is replacing him. She has all his weapons, all his skills, comes in with his stats, and much like Sigruin, it's just an animation and model swap. Well, not animation swap, model swap using the same animations. we've gotta hurry and hopefully resolve the Dragonstone issue, and then see if we can't do anything to help Tia out. I wonder what Tia's talking about. Yeah, I guess I can believe that. Rod is quite the daddy's boy. The political situation in El Taco is a mess right now. Yeah, what is she up to? Man, this has been a surprisingly downer episode so far after finishing off the boss. But yes, now we have Krushi. She will not be participating in the coming battles because it's time to change up our party once again. Since we are heading to Kylos, we will be using Mishera, and Geist will be along for the ride, since we haven't seen him in action since the Ruins Island. Now, before we head out, got a couple things we can do. Let's head back to Iska Village first. And like I said, we have enough spiritual water to synthesize a compound right now. Technically we could synthesize two, but I'd like to hang on to the surplus spiritual waters for a quest we need to do. So, let's synthesize, and we don't have enough seeds to synthesize all of them. The only one we have the seeds and the water for would be the strength compounds. If I get a few more Kimona seeds, we could synthesize another one, but let's get our first compound synthesized. And the compounds go into your inventory. They are usable items just like your extracts and your incenses, and when you use them, they will be utilized on whoever is your leading character right now. Since it would be the most sensible to do this, let's just give the strength compound to Adol, and he gets 10 extra strength. Pretty nice, it's like he's got a power wrist permanently strapped to him now. And if you want to, you can spend quite a bit of time gathering up seeds and spiritual waters and just synthesize as many compounds as you like and boost your stats to truly absurd levels. I'd say that only really has major implications for the strength compounds and the life compounds, which increase your HP by 100, but I'm not going to do that too much. I'm mostly just going to stick to synthesizing at least one of each, and then if I get any extra seeds for synthesizing compounds, I'll synthesize as many as we get, but I won't actively farm to try and synthesize a bunch. Now, one other thing we can do is get an extra cutscene by talking to Sirius at this point. What is he up to? Jeez. Ah, boy. Really stinks when your culture is lost history. Well, we've met a couple. Yeah. These guys are perhaps a little too mysterious for their own good. Naturally, I have a feeling that the crisis is about to get as bad as possible before we even know a single thing. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Yeah, get used to it, guys. Maybe one day you'll be a main character of your own game. freak. You might want to give that a different phrasing there, Mishara. Okay, but I think that's enough for this video. When we return, we will be taking the Moonsong path located inside the cave byway, and that'll take us to Kylos Gorge. What will await us in Kylos, though? Well, wait and see. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, goodbye.